Oh, hi. Thanks for watching my video. So, we recently got a game update, which I know was like over a week ago now, but I was away when it came out, so I thought I would catch up on it when I got back. And when I say game update, I'm mainly talking about story progression. We had our first dose of story progression a little while ago, where we could influence other Sims to expand the family by having another baby or by finding a new job. And as far as I'm aware, I think this is right, the first neighbourhood stories system only worked with Sims that your Sim actually knew. So you had to pretty much directly influence them to make those decisions. They wouldn't just autonomously make them. But now, apparently, that's all changed. According to the update notes, story progression will no longer need your influence, as in your active household influence. You can now select Sims to be able to just go ahead and make those decisions. I particularly like this one, to adopt a cat or a dog. I think that's brilliant. It never made sense to me that Sims in just one world had pets, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So yeah, what I'm thinking is I might just start a new save file and make myself a little Sim. I will enable full story progression for every household. And then I guess probably a good amount of time to allow for families to progress would be maybe like a Sim week. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's hop into the game. Also, apologies if my voice sounds a bit off at the moment. Pretty much all of the videos I put up this week were pre-recorded before I went away, except for yesterday and today's upload. And I've been doing a lot of singing recently, so my voice is on its way out. So you might be able to hear the difference, or you might not, but I can definitely hear the difference. Okay, well, I've made myself a little Sim. Her name's Kaylee. Let's move into, I think, Willow Creek. Keep it basic. Okay, so if I go into Manage Worlds. Oh, I see. Okay, so it automatically has neighbourhood stories selected for all of the existing families. And I'm guessing if I click on it, okay, yeah, great. So it tells me all the options. So I can basically customise and say none of these Sims are allowed to die in any accidents. They're not allowed to ever move out. Huh, okay. Well, I'm going to leave them all ticked because I want to have the most drama. But that is very handy that I can customise my neighbourhood stories for each and every family. So some of you guys can have a baby, and some of you I am not happy for you to have a baby. And then it looks like it's automatically not selected. It's not automatically selected for my own households unless I click it myself. Yeah, so I have to enable neighbourhood stories to let that happen. Okay, cool. Well, what I might do then is rustle up a house for my little Sim. Okay, so I rustled up a little house. It's currently Sunday at 8 a.m. I don't really know how long is a reasonable amount of time to allow for these significant changes to happen. I don't really want my Sim to go around meeting others because I don't want her to have any influence on story progression. So I kind of figured probably the best way to check this out would be to just play as my Sim for a few days and just wait and see how the world changes around me. It does look like there should be an option to check recent neighbourhood stories. I mean, it's been... Nothing of note has happened recently. Check back tomorrow. Yeah, I figured it's like one day. So what I might do is get my Sim to find a job just to keep her busy during the day. Because I would like to know what neighbourhood changes happen within the span of one Sim week. I feel like that's a good amount of time. A Sim week. You could be work in education. I don't give a shit. There you go. You have a job. And now we wait. I do really like the idea of story progression. It definitely, if it's done properly, would help make the world feel a lot more alive. I don't know, I always kind of expect some kind of caveat whenever we get anything. I've kind of grown to expect that with The Sims 4, and I really don't want to be pessimistic, because I do think this would be a really, really good feature if it's done right. But I think that's just the main question, isn't it? If it's done right. because I'm interested to see what the balance will be. Like in the span of a week, how many changes would have taken place? And what does a good amount of changes look like? Because if nothing happens, then it's a bit pointless. But then I also don't want it to go the other way and then suddenly have pretty much every single household have babies and people die. Because even though that would make the world feel more alive, there is also like a sim count limit. So imagine if this kind of makes it so that as soon as you start playing, you have to go around deleting your townie's offspring because they just keep having too many babies. And also I wonder how this impacts the first update, because the first one was all influenced by your one sim. So does that mean that Sims will no longer call my sim and ask for advice? Or will that still happen with Sims that your sim knows and other Sims will just get on with it, I guess? You know what? I might even put that to the test. I know I said I didn't want her to meet anyone because I don't want her to get in the way of story progression. But I think I will have her befriend at least one household just so I can see if she will still be able to give her input with the people that she knows. Like the pancakes. Let's go visit the pancakes. Let's knock on the door. We'll become friends with Bob and Liz and see if our friendship means anything in terms of story progression and influence. Hey, Bob. What's going on, Bobby boy? And do I still have the same options I had before? Yeah, ask Bob to pursue his dream job. Okay, so I can still influence other Sims. I quite like that then. I like it if Sims autonomously progress their lives, but I can also influence my friends to make decisions. I think that's pretty good. One thing that I personally would quite like to see, which I appreciate might not be everyone's taste, it might just be something that everyone else hates apart from me, but I would like it if the game no longer randomly generated Sims. Controversial, I know, but if I had my way, The Sims 4 would literally be the pre-made townies, any Sims that I make, and then the offspring of those Sims. Mainly because whenever townies are randomly generated, they just look ridiculous. And really, with story progression, there shouldn't really be any real need for them now. If I see Sims wandering around various festivals, then it would be good to see if it's like a relative of someone, you know? Like when you randomly bump into a Sim you don't know and you get chatting to them and you find out actually they're Bob and Eliza's, I don't know, niece or granddaughter or something. But you know what I'm not sure about? Did the games do that before? Because I'm pretty sure in The Sims 2, you had the pre-made townies and then your Sims. I don't think there were any other randomly generated Sims just added into the game. And I also don't think that was the case with The Sims 3, but I might be wrong with The Sims 3. If you know the answer to that, can you let me know in the comments? Because I'm genuinely curious if The Sims 4 is the only one that actually sends in random Sims. Anyway, Liz, it was great talking to you, but this conversation is boring me, so I'm just going to make you guys true friends just to see if you ask me questions about your life. And I may as well do it with Bobby Boy as well. Where is he? Where are you, Bob? There he is. True friends. There we go. Oh, it feels really weird saying true friends and not immediately following it up with true loves. Okay. Come on, Kaylee, let's go home and pass the time and see how the world changes around us. Should we check neighbourhood stories? I think it's going to be completely pointless because it's literally only been a few hours. Nothing of note has happened. Okay, good. That is a good sign because if nothing has happened in the space of half a day, that gives me a little bit of hope that story progression is not going to mean that everything's just going to go crazy. And my other Sims and townies aren't just going to be humping like mad and reproducing like crazy. Why are you telling me you need the toilet? Go to the toilet. Jesus, use your brain. Put it away. Clean up your dish. We have work soon. And then by the time she comes back from work, it would have been 24 sim hours. So we can take a look and see if anything's happened. See if anyone's retired or decided to get a cat or a dog. Oh, Liz is calling me. Kaylee, I need to challenge myself. A new job might be the solution. What do you think? Okay, so Sims, my friends will still ask me what I think. Yeah, sure, Liz, go for it. Go for a new career. So I wonder if Liz's change of career will come up in my neighbourhood stories. Yeah, I think this would definitely improve the game a lot in terms of gameplay, which would be good. My biggest issue was never necessarily about story progression. Oh, the Rasoya household recently adopted a baby. Oh, okay. Great, great. Well, that's good to know. Where are your pants? What happened to your trousers? We just not going to wear trousers today? The fuck? Okay. Yeah, my biggest issue with the Sims 4, and I feel kind of bad because I feel like I've been slagging off the Sims 4 a bit. But the one thing I would ask them to change is how Sims navigate. It's one of the only things that really, really makes me not enjoy the game as much. Like, there are lots of things, of course, that could be improved in the game. I think generally, though, it's a fun game to play. My biggest gripe is that I wish Sims couldn't walk through walls, and I wish that when Sims try to walk past each other, they, like, stand aside and let them pass, rather than walk through. You know what I mean? Story progression is great. I don't want to take anything away from the fact that it's definitely a good thing that they're trying to improve the game. I don't know. I just don't want it to mean that the actual functionality of the game doesn't really get addressed. You know, I wouldn't have minded waiting like a couple of months for this update for story progression if instead they prioritised, you know, glitches. Oh, Bob wants to take me to the circus. Sure thing, Bob. I don't know how Liz would feel about that, but you're right, fuck her. So I wonder if it will be like one change every 24 hours. Okay, so what I'm thinking is just to see how much changes in a week. I'm just going to play through until Sunday. I'm not going to record it because otherwise the video would be too long. And trust me, you're not going to be missing out on anything. I'm literally just going to have her work, sleep and shit. That's it. I'm not going to check any of the neighbourhood stories updates. So I guess I'll pick this up again on Sunday and see how much changes in a week. Okay, it is Sunday morning. It has been pretty much a full sim week since we started this. Should we call it experiment? Yeah, I guess it's an experiment. You didn't miss much. Vlad came in the middle of the night and drank my Sim's plasma. I see that Nancy Landgrab is expecting, so I guess that'll probably pop up. I've had a couple of phone calls from Bob and Liz because they're my friends. Bob has got a promotion at work and Liz has become friends with Minerva Charm. So that's pretty cool, but of course those are all things from the very first Neighbourhood Stories update. So, what's happened in the neighbourhood in a week? Willow Creek, at the Goth household, Bella and Mortimer welcomed home their new baby. A toddler was adopted by the Bjergsen household. Oh, that's kind of annoying. It only gives me one pop-up every time I click the mailbox. The Bjergsen household recently adopted a child. Okay, so they adopted a toddler and a child in the space of a week. Okay. The Mahiai household recently moved out of San Myshuno. Jess and Dylan are expecting a baby in the Sigworth household. Okay. A baby was adopted by the Elderberry household. Yeah, that makes sense. 2 elder Sims decide to adopt a newborn baby. Yeah, sure, that adds up. They'll probably be dead. I'll get a notification saying that baby was adopted by another family when they die. Jenna Akiyama in the Akiyama household left her job as a team leader in the supervisor career. Is she unemployed now? Katrina and Marcus are expecting a baby in the Flex household. Greta Rasoya from the Rasoya household retired from the food critic career. Quite a lot of changes in the space of a week. I haven't even had the notification that the land grabs are expecting yet. At the Kealoha household, Liliana and Makeo welcomed home their new baby. The Barmera household moved in to Mount Komorebi. Thorne Bailey in the Bailey Moon household left his job as a serious musician in a musician career. Oh my god, there are so many. The Bailey Moon household recently adopted a toddler. I'm concerned at how many. So basically, I've lost count of how many new babies have been introduced into my game in the last week. A dog was adopted by the Bailey Moon household. Oh, that is great. That is great. The Hecking household recently adopted a dog. The Bailey Moon household recently adopted a baby. The Father Winter household recently moved in. Okay, so I'm guessing pretty much the only reason why so much has happened in a week is because I have enabled every family to experience every possible change. Don Lothario in the Caliente household started a job as a public official in the politician career. So now I'm starting to see the benefit of tailoring what kind of progression I can have for my stories, because I'm not sure I want this much progression to happen. But it's good to see that it works. Okay, so I think I've caught up on everything. Right, let's just take a quick look. I'm not going to check every family in every world, but let's just take a quick look and see how the households have changed. Alright, so the Goth family have a new baby. Really annoys me how you can't even see the baby's name. Nothing new happened with Spencer Kim Lewis. Bob and Liz, nothing new happened. So Nancy's pregnant from the land grab house. The Bjergsen family, on the other hand, have expanded quite significantly. So they have adopted a child, and they've adopted a toddler, and they've had a baby. Damn, the Bjergsen family are on heat at the moment. I mean, to be honest, I approached this update with caution, and I've been left pleasantly surprised. I quite like this feature. My favourite is adopting pets. That's the best part of this, in my opinion. But I am more interested to hear about what you think of this update. What havoc has it caused in your games? Let me know in the comments. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.